Okay, the last game of the evening is Suncraft. Now this game is I'd probably say like a cozy clicker game. It really has some Stardew Valley vibes. I saw the game demo doing the rounds and it's very popular. A lot of people have been saying good things about it. I jumped in and I played it myself for a couple of hours and yeah, I was hooked. Now this is only the demo. They sent me the demo of the game. I'm hoping that I will be able to cover the full version. But from what I've seen so far, I'm very impressed. So as I said, I've done a couple hours in the game and I want to show you my progress so far. Now here's my little operation, and the game works much the same as any clicker game if you've played it. You click on items, you get resources, and then you use those resources to build things. As you can see, I've got several forges going. We're producing planks, we're producing graphite and iron bars, and the goal is to gather as many resources as you can and to basically repair the island that we're on. So we're on an island here and we are basically helping the locals. And I need to clear the... Oh, I need to clear some stone. Okay, let's do that. It's going to give me a bit of carpal tunnel. As far as I can tell, this is the only way to do it, so we're just going to have to knuckle down and beat the hell out of this. Smash this stone. And this is going to... So basically, we use the thermal energy from this lava pit as a energy source that powers all the forges. So by clearing the flow of lava, we're going to increase our fuel source. So what you do in the game is you find resources, you click on them, you gather them, you can store resources, you transform them into other things using things like forges, workshops, and it's very much a survival style crafting game, but I'd probably say it's not a survival crafting game because there's no elements like enemies or eating and drinking. It's just all about building and cozy island vibes. So yeah, anyone who's played Stardew Valley is going to really enjoy this. I like the demo. We'll see. Oh, there we go. Clear that stone. My wrist is feeling a bit sore, so I hope it was worth it. Okay, we now get a bigger boost of magma. And all these little magma shards we pop in here, and that will allow us to craft iron ore. So let's just get the iron squared away, and then we can go and talk to one of the locals. The blockage is gone. This is incredible. If the heat is flowing, plants should start growing again. In fact, I can already see some sprouts coming up. So we've got yet another task we need to do. So we have to chop down trees, gather stone, gather metal. Now we have to do a bit of farming. Not that I'm complaining, of course. Do a little bit of farming. I keep this thing filled up. Okay, we've got a lot of resources. We need to start sorting these. Okay, beautiful. So next thing we need to do is do a little bit of farming. Look at this, disgraceful. Dust on the counters, cracked jars, the refraction index on this glass is terrible. You can't tell a diamond if it looks like a potato through the display case. Back in the golden age, I once sold a stock of empty crates, just because I stacked them so perfectly. Presentation is leverage. Go find my daughter Penny. She has the checklist for the missing items on display. Okay. Let's go and have a chat to Penny. Well, before we do, let's go talk to our friend here. Thanks for coming. I wanted to speak about the Suncraft crystal. It doesn't just contain knowledge like Eric explained, it also connects minds. There is a bee living in these fields. You probably saw her. She has watched the lava flow since before the shattering. I want to speak to her, but my own senses aren't enough. I need the crystal's power to bridge the gap. Strengthen the bond, reach level 10. The crystal will let us communicate. Well, I've already done that. I'm level 10. So, easy enough. The crystal is powerful enough. Let me reach out. Quiet. Buzz, buzz. I can understand her now. She is curious. She has a name. Ember. She says she watched you struggle with the shards. She wants to help. To her, the shards are light as air. She will carry them for you. Oh, nice. Oh, that's going to help so much. I've been doing this by hand. Ember knows these fields better than anyone. She'll keep your buildings fueled. You can focus on everything else. Hell yeah. Okay, that's going to make things so much easier. Now all I have to do is just load this thing up with logs. We're going to do that now. I just realized I'm completely out of everything, so I'm going to have to... need to load these. Now I've got these forges all fueled. I don't have to keep... What I was doing was shifting between loading up more resources to going and grabbing fuel to keep the forges running. So I'd sit there loading fuel into the forge, and then I was then having to go and get ember, and then having to get to the resources, and then having to sort them. So any amount of automation is going to make my life a lot easier. Thank you, Ember. You're a real one. We're out of everything, so I'm going to get some soil. I mean, this game is very much a clicker game. I've seen some people reacting to it, and there's a lot of positive feedback. This game, I think, is going to sell very well on Steam. I'm surprised that not more people are talking about this, to be honest. There we go. Finally, I've got a fuel source. I want to get these all fueled up, and then I can... Oh, and we're nearly out of iron as well. I'm running out of everything. Once I get all these fueled up, I'll worry about the quests. There we go. That'll keep things going for a while, so... Now I just need some iron. We need a ton of metal. Like, it takes a very long time to mine iron, so I've kept that iron forge just going almost day and night. So I've been prioritizing iron crafting because it takes a very long time to smelt ore, as you would expect. And unfortunately, most of this is a manual process, but the other thing, the other thing too, is that you have to build the island out. So this area of the island I'm at now, I had to build a bridge across to this. I had to build walls, I had to build farms. It's a very cozy game, so there's no race against the clock. Everything kind of works at your own pace. So you just build, you craft, you do your thing, and you work at your own pace. There we go. That ought to keep things going for a little while. Oh, we got plenty of stuff. Okay. So we'll go see our friend over here, Penny. Nice to see you again. I love the artwork in this game too. It's fantastic. You've found my secret spot for watching the waves roll by. I could sit here for hours just letting my mind relax. What brings you all the way out here? Dad sent you. Let me guess. He's in inspection mode again. He thinks if we scrub the floors hard enough, the ships will just magically appear out of the fog. Maybe he's right. Anyway, we need to stock the display cases. The old glass is yellowed and scratched. We need fresh glass. You can make it by smelting sand in a furnace. Bring Dad 5 glass. Oh, and bring him 3 quartz too. Dad says it's for structural integrity, but I think it just looks pretty on the shelves. Okay, we do have sand. Let me just go and have a look. Oh, we got, yeah, okay, I remember how we need to get sand. And that's going to be a ton of digging, getting dirt. This would be a really fun one to play co-op. Like, I think it's been a bit of a theme tonight. Even when I was talking to Lukey, we were like, oh, this game would be like really, really good co-op. And that game would be really good co-op, like, especially the chess game. As far as I can tell, I don't think you can play that against other players. Which I guess for me, is probably a good thing, because Bobble would absolutely destroy me at it. I just needed to get a ton of dirt. We're going to need yet another forge. Well, I think I may repurpose one of these. I don't think we need this many forges going at once. There we go. Okay, that is a ton of sand. That ought to keep us going for a while. Let's grab all the sand and... I'm going to eject, yep, those. Let's go glass. Okay, we're going to need a ton of glass. And I'm just going to pinch some of these because the bee's doing pretty good job keeping things going, but I need to speed this thing up a bit. Okay, let's get some of this wood. Okay, we need quartz. We've already got a pretty good stock, I think. Once I get the glass I need, we'll be right. There we go. I'm just gonna need a ton of stone. There we go. You know, the funny thing is, I always talk about Stardew Valley, but the irony is that I've played very little Stardew Valley. I play a lot of Stardew Valley like games, but obviously I don't play Stardew Valley just because, you know, my channel's pretty small, so I wouldn't get Stardew Valley or a game similar to that offered for review. So I do have it, like I've got it, but it's I've got it on console, so. Okay, let's check this here. We need 3 quartz. There you go, my friend. You're back. Please place the supplies on display. Be gentle, I've already done that. Clean edges. Tempered glass. Not bad. You even polished the crystals. Someone's been reading my manual. A tidy shop is a profitable shop, even if the only customers right now are the seagulls. Here's your reward. Don't spend it all at once. Oh, nice. I'm going to start using some of these skill points. We've got a fair stock now. Okay, let's do that. Magma shards efficiency. We need that. That's going to mean that they last longer in the forge. And I need... carry capacity is nice. Auto click. Oh, dirt pile auto click. Yes. Is that not doing anything? Oh, there we go. It just means I don't have to sit there getting carpal tunnel. That's actually going to be pretty handy. Okay. Oh, that is way better. I kind of feel, just for like an ease of use, quality of life thing, this shouldn't be a it shouldn't be a skill. It should be something you get by default. Just because, like, I was getting carpal tunnel from just sitting here, just spamming the click button. I don't know. Some people might disagree. I think. I mean, it's still quicker to do it like this, but my wrist is not going to thank me. I'm just going to sit here and hold the button down. I'm happy with that. I need one for the iron ore, and that's what I need. Yeah, I really like this game. It's super chill. You know? And I thought it'd be a really good palate cleanser. Well, maybe not palate cleanser, but a nice ending to the stream, because all the games we played tonight are, you know, pretty hardcore strategy games. Ones where you kind of you're always under pressure. You're always trying to win. Whereas this game's just kind of, you know, play at your own pace, chill out. Have you seen it? The fields are green again. Ever since the blockage was cleared, everything's been sprouting like crazy. I've been dying to cook something fresh, a proper harvest stew. Could you bring me some fresh produce, straight from the field? I mean, yeah, I could. I don't know where the field is. Apparently there's a field around here with some crops. You mean this tiny little field here? Oh, apples, okay. I don't know, how do I... Do I need to invest in... Oh, I do need to get carry capacity up. 5 more wood, okay. Oh, that's gonna be handy. But I need carry capacity. Just to make my life easier. And can I get extra carry capacity? Ooh, B carries double shards. Yes, please. Ooh, there's a bug. Look at that. If you put your mouse right on the corner, it can sometimes do that. Oh, it's hard to pull off, but... I noticed that if you get right on the corner, sometimes it'll just continually flash. It's not a big deal. I'm gonna go with Master Packer. I've gotten most of the skill points now. Like, I feel like we're kind of getting to the end of the demo. Which, I mean, it's not a bad thing. Like, it's a demo, so, of course, you know, you're not going to have, you know, days and days of content. From what I've seen, I'm actually quite impressed. There's a fair bit of depth in this game. Let me build more chests, though. We need more. Oh, there's just random foods just popping around. Okay, we need carrots, beetroot, and pumpkin. So I'm gonna build some more chests, and we're just gonna grab all these planks and there we go. Savage. Okay, we can start loading these bad boys up. Pumpkins, beetroots. Now it's a bit hard because they're growing in random spots and with all this stuff just kicking around. I don't think I need any more graphite. I'm inclined to let that sit. I'll keep the iron going though. We need the auto clicker for iron. This is gonna kill my wrist. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can. Yeah, where's the iron auto click? We don't have it. Bugger. No, I'm gonna have to wreck my wrist. That's all good. I'd love to play the full version of this. I could see it just eating up all my spare time though. It would be good as a co-op game too, because like you could have one player clicking on stuff, one player gathering one type of resource, another player gathering another. I think it would do well as a co-op game. I'm just gathering all this because I know that it takes a very long time to smelt iron, so I always keep the smelter full of iron ore. It's a throwback from my days playing survival games. I'm interested to see how this one will go on YouTube. I mentioned out earlier that Lukey actually had a really good idea. He said to me at the time I thought he was nuts. Like I there was any point to it. But he suggested I put all of these streams onto YouTube, and the channels, my secondary channel for Twitch streams is growing faster than my primary one now. So that to me, that is crazy. Like there's huge groups of publishers just looking for streamers that they're wanting to cover their games. So I'm that's why I do a secondary stream every now and then, because I can't keep up. Yeah, that ought to do. I think this will be enough. I'm not gonna... Yeah. That is a lot of iron, so... Okay, and we need to get some more glass, because this is just wasting resources. It's not actually smelting. Oh, it doesn't actually use fuel unless you put stuff in it. Okay, that's good to know. Well, I'll keep this thing loaded up and making stuff for us. I might as well. The bee's doing all the work. Yeah, but this game's gonna... I think it's gonna take off. Because it's very addictive. Like I can sit here and just play it for 5 minutes. Like if I'm sitting here on my lunch break and I'm eating a sandwich or something, I just load this up, just click on some stuff, gather some resources while I'm having a break. Or if I want to play this like for a longer period of time, you can do that. It's a very addictive game, and because there's no pressure to it, this is probably one that I'd suggest for one of the kids to play, because it's just really well done. Like it's very chill. There's very little learning curve. Like a lot of the ingredients and all of the crafting stuff in the game is very intuitive. Like if you've ever played any sort of clicker game or a basic crafting game, you're gonna catch on to the mechanics almost immediately. Okay, let's get this, there we go. I'm just getting everything all loaded up again, and then I'll, I should try and hunt down these farming supplies. These crops, we'll do that. This ought to be enough now. There we go, that'll do its thing. Alright, beetroots. Pumpkins, we need pumpkins. Or carrots. I'm going to build another crate. No. Builds. Chest. There. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And we need some carrots. Okay, we just gotta wait for it to grow. So basically, it's just about... Oh, you can get sand off crabs. Okay, and then we'll put all this, pull this in here. Oh, I wonder what produces the jade. Okay, and this is going for sand. We are going to need wood soon, but I've got some in storage, so not too stressed. I'll make some more chests. It would be nice to farm this, but I get it. So I'm going to do all these grapes. I wish there was a... I think storage in this game is a little bit janky. Like, I would like to have more storage, like some smarter storage way to do this than having a zillion chests. Well, there we go. That is a lot of iron. I don't see... Ah, here we go. There's more carrots over here. Ah, there we go. They're just kind of randomly kicking around here. You just have to find them. And there's a pumpkin. Oh, so they don't grow in the same spot all the time. That's cool. Gives you a bit of incentive to go looking. Okay, that is 10 carrots. Then we need 10 beetroots. One more. And I think the pumpkins are going to be the hardest to get. They take the longest to grow. That's okay. I'm not in any hurry at the moment. We're just chilling. This whole game is just about chilling. Mysterious statue. 500 wood. Okay. I'm curious. What happens if we give that statue 500 wood? While we wait for everything to grow. I mean, wood's pretty easy to gather in this game. And now I've got the auto clicker, I don't have to bust my wrist. I can just sit here and chill. Wait for this to... bank up. I'm pretty sure there's some other statues around the island too. Like I imagine I'll have to do the same for stone and metal and all the other goodies. Let's grab these pumpkins. Okay, 4 more pumpkins. 3 more pumpkins. And I need 1 more beetroot. Okay, let's grab these. And carrots. Have I got carrots? Carotes. Where's the pumpkins at? Yeah, it's gonna be a slow process getting food in this game. 3 more pumpkins. Yeah, it's a super chill game, this game. Honestly, I'm surprised I haven't seen it on Steam more. Like, you expect to see this on, as like one of the main games on the front page. Like, heaps of people, I've seen people talking about it. There's lots of people streaming it and playing the demo. That's one of the good things about Steam, like, or streamers, I should say. I often find there's a lot of really good games that just kind of go under the radar. And I know that a lot of you guys use me as a source for finding out what new games are, but I do the same thing as you. Like, a lot of the games I get, or at least maybe until recently, now I tend to have a lot of publishers reaching out to me, so I have the good fortune where I can just sift through the games and go, yeah, okay, that looks pretty good. I like that, I don't like that. But, you know, thinking of people who don't have that luxury, you kind of... and like, it's not like you're going to go to a games journalist because you want an opinion that actually matters, right? I wouldn't get my opinion on what games to play off someone that's not a YouTuber or a streamer, because at least you know in that instance it's going to be a real opinion. The problem is every time I look at reviews from the gaming press, they usually give me garbage. You know, they say that the games are the most fantastic. I mean, look at, you know, you got your marathons, your Dustborns, even the games are like kind of like really mediocre. Like, I never understood all the hype around. All the hype around games like Avowed. Like, I played Avowed, I was bored 5 minutes after playing. I'm like, it's just played out. Like, it's like a dozen games I've seen before. And granted, like, I know this game's probably not a good example of, you know, a game that's like groundbreaking and it's doing something no other game is. I think it's just it does what it does, and it does it really well. It's like it's a clicky game, but it's wrapped up in a really good gameplay loop, a very accessible interface. Oh, there we go. There's the last pumpkin. I'm just waiting. Come on. There's the last pumpkin. There you go. These are perfect. You can practically smell the sun on them. This is going to be the best stew the village has had in ages. Take this. I found it buried in the old garden plot. Meryl once told me about a ring used by the village's first farmer. Maybe it will help things grow a little faster for you too. Oh, okay. Nice. I'm inclined to finish, actually. Yeah, I'll load up the statue once more, and then we'll go and see if we can find some more quests. Keeping in mind, like, this is only a demo, and I've gotten quite a lot of mileage out of it. Let's go and see what other quests we've got. Ah, it's good to see you again. I can tell your presence here grows more and more significant. Recently, I've been deciphering this journal, uncovering this land's ancient secrets. We always assumed the sun spire was merely a collector device, gathering sunlight for energy, but the deeper I dig, the clearer it becomes. It was much more than that. It had the ability to think, to make decisions, much like we do, although in a different manner. Fascinating, isn't it? I would like to attempt a recreation to touch a fraction of that ancient capability. The journal claims the first step is a material called silicon and rare grade jade crystals. Okay, so we know what she's trying to build. She's trying to build a computer. I'm unsure where to source such things. Perhaps it's worth consulting Eric. He knows the soil here better than anyone. Okay, jade we've already figured out. Silicon might be a bit of a problem. Jade silicon. I'm not sure what Meryl is plotting, but I suppose I ought to trust her. I know jade exists in this land deep in the soil. Use the analyzer you built to find it. It might take a mountain of dirt to find one, so be patient. But silicon, it's not my area of expertise. I remember Nico talking about the thinking capability of silicon once. You hadn't met Nico yet. He's Penny's younger brother. Maybe go ask her. She might know more. Okay, so I've got some silicon here. Jade, I should say. We are going to have to sift a absolute ton of soil, so we're going to start doing that now. Well, actually, let's go find out how to make silicon, and then I can come up with a bit of a plan. Eric sent you. He wants to know about silicon. That was my brother, Nico's favourite subject. He called it the stone that thinks. If I remember correctly, his notes say to get the pure stuff, you have to merge quartz and graphite in the furnace. It should melt down the silicon chunks you need. Okay. Graphite is not a problem. Quartz might be more so. So what I need to do is we need to start gathering a ton of these. I want to try and see if we can... Yeah, 1%. We're going to need more. Let's build some more analyzers. I need a ton of planks. So let's get that going. And let's change the recipe to planks. Silicon might be a bit of a problem. That might take a bit of time. Okay, next thing we need to get is a ton of dirt. So quartz and graphite. I think I've got a bit of quartz kicking around. Not a whole lot, but it's not going to be hard to get some. We just have to keep loading them up with soil. Eventually we'll get enough quartz to do the job. And what's it going to take for this? Iron bar and graphite. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now comes the fun part. Loading these bad boys up with soil. And hoping we get enough enough silicon. But yeah, the progression system in this game is really, really good. Like, you're always working towards something. There's always new recipes opening up, new things you can build, new quests, and you can go as fast or as slow as you want. But yeah, we'll do this quest, and I think I'm going to have to call it a night because it is getting very late. It's been a long stream, and unfortunately, being a Monday night, I do have work tomorrow. So this is far later than I'd normally stay up. Okay, there's my quartz. Let's change the recipe to silicon. This'll do. We'll worry about those later on. I've got tons of iron now, so I'm not too stressed. Quartz. And graphite. Obviously, graphite's not a problem. Okay. That ought to do the trick. Gonna need more quartz, I imagine. Far more. So 5 chunks of silicon ought to do the trick. We've already got the jade. It's just the silicon we need. And I think we need like maybe just 2 or 3 chunks of quartz and we'll have enough. Fun times. Okay, so this ought to be enough. I'm sure we'll get at least 1 chunk of silicon out of this, or 1 chunk of 1 chunk of quartz. The drop rate's like 1%, so if I get like 100 piles of dirt, I'm bound to get at least 1. Oh, there we go. I can see 1 sitting there. Okay, we're golden. There we go. We've got 3. Yep, this should get us 5. I'll keep going anyway. Just so I'm absolutely certain I've got some. I've got a couple of spares. Okay, that ought to do the trick. Oh, yeah, there's plenty. There's 3. And there's 4. Beautiful. Alright, there's 5 chunks of silicon. Meryl. There you go. And 1 jade. You're welcome. You've returned in these stones, just what the journal described. Let me try and arrange them in a formation, maybe the jade in the center. This is marvelous. When the light shines through, you can see glowing veins of information. This is certainly intriguing. Let me continue to look into this. We still lack the skill to rebuild the spire today, but perhaps someday. I will keep you updated about any developments. In the meantime, please accept this as a token of our gratitude. Nice. Oh, wow, that's really good. So that means that we're going to have more... Oh, that's way better. Look at that. It's actually... Yeah. Given how rare it is to get these materials out of the analyzer, that's going to be really helpful. Let's do one more quest. Why not? I'm going to regret this tomorrow when I'm trying to go to work, but we'll do one more. And then I'm going to call it a night. Alright, we've restocked the shelves, fixed the bridge, everything is falling into place. But the real treasure, it's up there, in the snowy peaks. Freezing cold, but the minerals are top tier. The problem is the cargo tram. Last winter we had an unusual weather event, the midnight frost. The temperature dropped so low our cargo tram just shattered. We need to rebuild the chassis, stronger this time. If you're willing to help, bring me planks for the body, glass for the windshield, and steel bars for the frame. Okay, steel might be a problem. How to make steel. Steel. Oh, that's it's just like iron and graphite. Okay, that's easy. Okay. First things first, we need glass, so okay, let's go get that loaded up. $20 planks will be easy enough to do. Load that up. We need planks, glass, and steel. So glass will be easy enough. I had to get a ton of sand to find that jade and quartz. So we've got a whole field of it just sitting on the ground I can use. There we go. So graphite, I'm not too worried about that. We'll eject these for now. Grab all these. You can never have too much, too many planks. We will change the recipe to glass. Load up all the sand. Beautiful. So that should that should sort that out. And then for steel, or was that right? Yeah, steel. Iron and quartz. So now I'm really glad I grabbed all this iron. And quartz. No, graphite, sorry. Graphite. Let's, there we go. Okay, let's, load this up. No, we'll let it go. I don't want to empty out my storage just yet. That's going good. Let's get some more sand in there, and we'll pull all this quartz. Whoops. Yeah, 20 glass. No, we'll just grab it out of here. Here you go. Here you go, son. The only thing left is steel bars, which are going to take a long time to build. Yeah, that's just going to take forever, so I'm just going to chill and gather some tree stumps. Gather some planks. Thankfully, the bee is it's doing its thing. I'm glad I don't have to gather for the fuel for the forge anymore. Good thing we've got a very nice stockpile of supplies, so this is going to be easy. The only hard part's going to be the steel. But because I only need 5 bars of it, we'll get that easy. Okay, Mr. Analyzer, you know what to do. Okay, that's 9 planks we need. 5 steel bars. 2 more steel bars and we're good to go. So let's gather some more stone. Gather some more dirt. We got this. We got this. Okay, that ought to do it. Grab all this sand. One more bar, and we're golden. Now I'm curious, are we building a train? Are we building train tracks? He mentioned some sort of cart. I'm hoping some sort of like Mad Max style post-apocalyptic vehicle, but it's not that sort of game. Here you go. And that is 5 steel bars. There we go. We're ready. Let's hoist her onto the track. She's a beauty. Solid, aerodynamic. Now let me just hit the starter. Nothing. I knew it was too easy. The drive mechanism must be fried. I'm a logistics man, not an engineer. Go ask Penny. She's got her brother's knack for machines and that don't want to work. The cart won't start. Let me look at the schematic. Oh, Dad. He built a wood stove on wheels. This isn't a coal train. It's a maglev system. It runs on magnetic resonance. You can't just push it. It needs a logic controller to tell the magnets when to pulse. Bring silicon ingots for the circuitry, steel bars for the casing, and a jade to control the signal. Oh wow, 10 steel bars. That is going to take a very long time. And I would like to keep going, but it is getting very, very late. It's going to take a lot of time to gather the materials for the next quest. And I think by now it's given you a bit of an idea on whether you want to check this one out. I guess the last thing I'm going to do is check if this game's demo is available for everyone yet. It is. There you go. So if you like what you saw tonight, go and check out the demo for this game. It is available on Steam. I highly recommend it. I've had a lot of fun. Like I said, it's a big demo. There's quite a lot to do for such a casual clicker style game. If you're a fan of games like Stardew Valley, you're definitely going to want to check this one out. Hopefully I can bring you the full version of the game. I'd love to check it out. Hopefully the dev sees this, and if I do get the full version, you'll see it here on the channel. But yeah, thank you again for joining me. I know that a lot of people are watching the replays now. My replay channel is going gangbusters. It's very, very popular. Yeah, we've got some more games coming Friday. So if you enjoyed what you saw tonight, join me in a few days and we'll check out some more indie games. Until then, I'll see you guys next time.